What if the biggest threat to your health isn't your age, but what you've been doing in private without even realizing it? That's right. A 72-year-old man once told his doctor, "I've been doing it the same way for 50 years, but now something feels wrong." He wasn't sick. He wasn't on new meds. But what he thought was just a harmless habit was quietly damaging his body from his heart to his prostate, to his sense of joy and intimacy. I know this might sound uncomfortable, but stick with me because today we're going to uncover 7 silent mistakes older men make with masturbation after 60. Mistakes that are draining your energy, dulling your sensitivity, and even sabotaging your long-term health. And before we go any further, do this for yourself. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because here, we talk about the real stuff. The things no one else will say, but you need to hear. Also, if you're still listening, I want to know type 1 in the comments if this hits home. Type 0 if you're unsure, but you're open to learning. Your voice matters. It tells me you care about your well-being even in the most private corners of your life. Now, ready to face the first mistake. Let's talk about one habit that's reshaping your brain and quietly stealing your ability to feel. Let's begin with the first mistake, one that's become more common than ever, but is quietly stealing the very thing that makes intimacy feel real, using porn as the primary source of stimulation. Now, I'm not here to judge. In fact, I've sat across from countless men in their late 60s and 70s who've shared the same quiet concern. "Doc," they say, "I just don't feel much anymore. It's like my body's going numb and I don't know why." 9 times out of 10, I ask one simple question. How often do you rely on porn? And when I do, their eyes drop. Not out of shame, but because they never considered it might be doing harm. You see, after 60, your brain's dopamine system, the one that drives pleasure and motivation, is no longer as sharp or adaptable as it once was. It still works, yes, but it becomes more sensitive to overstimulation and less responsive to real-world natural input. When you consume endless clips of high-speed, high-intensity adult content, your brain gets flooded with more stimulation than it was ever designed to handle. It's like turning the volume all the way up every day for years. And here's the dangerous part. The brain adjusts. To protect itself, it starts to dull its response. That means the spark you used to feel from touch connection or even gentle excitement starts to fade. You don't respond the way you used to. Your body doesn't react with the same speed or intensity. Even if you're healthy, even if your testosterone is fine, the wiring changes. What used to feel warm, deep, even magical, now feels flat, like something's missing, but you can't explain what. And here's the heartbreaking truth. Most men think it's just old age. They assume it's part of getting older. They blame their bodies, or worse, themselves. But often it's not your age, it's overstimulation. It's that daily flood of high-speed visuals training your brain to expect fireworks and making real intimacy feel slow, quiet, or even boring by comparison. And it doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly, month after month, year after year, until one day you realize you can't feel much at all. You need more tricks, more pressure, more time, just to get to the same place. And that can lead to frustration, self-doubt, and even avoidance of intimacy altogether. Now listen, this isn't about shame. This isn't about telling you what's right or wrong. It's about understanding how your brain works now. It's about recognizing what's silently shaping your experience. If you've noticed a drop in sensitivity, a fading connection, or a sense that something's just off, this might be the reason. The good news is, you can reset. You can retrain your brain to respond to real human connection again. But it starts with awareness, with stepping back, and with giving your nervous system the chance to feel again, on its own terms. You deserve pleasure that's real, connection that's lasting, and experiences that don't just end in release, but leave you feeling whole. Now, if you think this first mistake is powerful, wait until you hear what's next. Because the second mistake, it has nothing to do with what you watch, but where you do it. Let's talk about the second mistake, one that seems harmless, but could be silently working against your health in more ways than you realize. Masturbating while sitting on the toilet. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal? It's private, it's convenient, it's a place where no one bothers you. But here's what most men don't know. That very position, legs down, hips flexed, and back slightly hunched forward, creates a poor blood flow environment. Why does that matter? Because good blood circulation is the foundation of healthy sexual function. When you're seated on the toilet for extended periods, especially in that curved posture, you're limiting the very thing your body needs for a strong and lasting erection, oxygen-rich blood flow. Think about it like this. Would you try to run a marathon with a garden hose that's bent and squeezed tight? Of course not. Yet that's exactly what's happening down there when you're in that position too long. And here's the other issue. Your nervous system is always listening. Every time you associate release with that cramped, unsupported position, your brain builds a pattern. It starts to believe that's the only way to feel pleasure. It links the bathroom, the isolation, the posture to stimulation. And over time, your brain rewires itself to only respond in that exact setting. That means when you're in bed with your partner, you may find it harder to respond. Your body might not wake up the way it used to, because the associations are all out of sync. I've had men come to me saying, everything works fine when I'm alone in the bathroom, but I freeze up when I'm with someone. And the answer is simple. Your body has been trained to expect the wrong setting, wrong posture, wrong cues. It's not that you're broken. It's not that you've lost the ability to connect. You've just trained your brain and body into a pattern that no longer serves you. The solution: be mindful of your environment. Choose comfort. Choose support. And most importantly, choose settings that resemble real intimacy. Because the more your body feels safe, supported, and aligned, the more natural your responses become. This one shift might seem small, but it could restore confidence, connection, and yes, even performance. Now, if you're ready, let's move on to the third mistake. One that hides behind closed doors and shows up as guilt, shame, and a quiet sense of failure. Let's move on to the third mistake. And this one's harder to spot because it's more emotional than physical. It's rushing through it and hiding it like it's something shameful. So many older men treat self-pleasure like a dirty little secret. They do it quickly, quietly, like they're doing something wrong. But here's the truth. Your body hears that. Your nervous system hears that. And over time, it starts to believe it. When you rush, you train your body to expect stress. When you hide, you train your mind to associate pleasure with guilt. That constant hurry up before someone finds out feeling it puts your body into fight or flight mode. And that's the opposite of what you need for healthy arousal. Because for your nervous system to allow full, healthy, satisfying release, it needs to feel safe. It needs to feel accepted. But if every session is done in secret with shame or fear layered into it, you create a pattern of stress around intimacy, and your body adapts. This might show up as delayed response, or no response at all. You may begin to notice that the joy is gone, replaced with tension, and the more you ignore it, the deeper the disconnect becomes. But the beautiful part is, You can undo that damage. You can retrain your body. Start by slowing down. Breathe. Make it intentional. Don't just rush toward the finish line. Enjoy the process, the awareness, the connection with yourself. It's not about turning self-pleasure into some kind of ritual. It's about reminding your body that there's no shame in this, that it's part of being alive, being well, being whole. If you treat it with respect, your body will respond with the same. Now, in the next section, we'll tackle a mistake that's surprisingly common, especially in this digital age. Let's talk about the fourth mistake, and this one's especially tricky in the modern world. It's using your imagination the wrong way. Now, most people think imagination is harmless. But when it comes to your intimate health, especially as you age, what you focus on matters. Many older adults get stuck in a loop. They rely on the same fantasy, the same scene, the same type of visual or story over and over again. And here's what happens. You're not just stimulating your body, you're conditioning your brain. Every time you use that same fantasy, you're reinforcing a narrow neural pathway. Your brain becomes hardwired to respond to that one scenario. It's kind of like building a trail in the forest. Walk it every day, and it becomes clear and easy to follow. But all the other trails, the real-life trails, start to disappear. And when you're finally with a real partner, your brain may hesitate. It's looking for that old script. And when it doesn't find it, your arousal might lag or vanish altogether. This isn't about shaming fantasy. It's about recognizing that your brain is adaptable. What you feed it, it becomes. So what's the solution? Mix it up. Let your mind wander in new directions. Imagine real connection, eye contact, laughter, tenderness. Or shift your focus from visual stimulation to physical sensation. You can even try letting go of fantasy entirely and instead tune into how your body feels, how your breath moves, how your heart responds. This isn't just about variety for variety's sake. It's about keeping your brain flexible so that when real intimacy enters the picture, you're ready. Remember, the goal isn't just to perform, it's to connect. And the more space you give your imagination to grow, the more your body will follow. Up next, we'll explore a subtle mistake that might be sabotaging everything you're working toward, even if you think you're doing everything right. Now, let's move into one of the most overlooked parts of sexual health in later life. What happens after? You see, most men over 60 focus entirely on the buildup. The pressure to get it up, to feel something, to make sure everything works. But once it's over, many just shut down. They roll over, get up, or disconnect. And that, my friend, is a quiet mistake with loud consequences. Because here's what most people don't realize: what happens after intimacy can be even more powerful than the act itself. That afterglow moment where you breathe slower, your heart steadies, your mind calms. It's when oxytocin floods your system. Oxytocin is that beautiful bonding hormone. It's like emotional glue. It tells your brain, this is safe, this is good, this is love. But when you skip that part, when you get up too fast or emotionally check out, your body misses the message. Your partner might too. And little by little, that connection thins. Think of intimacy like a full sentence. You wouldn't stop halfway through and expect it to make sense. The ending matters. It seals the meaning. So what can you do? Stay a little longer. Hold hands. Breathe together. Laugh. Say something kind. Even if you're alone, stay present with your body. Let it integrate the experience. And here's a bonus. When you extend that after intimacy moment, your brain links the whole experience with warmth and fulfillment. That helps rewire your desire, boosts confidence, and prepares your body to respond even better next time. You don't need perfection. You need presence. Don't rush out of something that's meant to nurture you. That simple shift can transform your entire relationship with intimacy, whether you're with someone or flying solo. Now that you understand the final step, let's bring it all together. Coming up next is the conclusion, a powerful reminder of why none of this is about shame, but about reclaiming joy, connection, and confidence at any age. Let's wrap this up with a truth many won't say out loud. This stage of life, your 60s, 70s, even your 80s, it's not the end. It's not a decline. It's a return to yourself, to the version of you that isn't performing for the world, not chasing, not proving, just being, just feeling, and finally learning how to honor what your body needs, not what others expect. If you've stopped masturbating, if you've disconnected from pleasure, if you've carried shame for wanting something more, let this be your permission. Pleasure is not a luxury. It's not vanity. It's biology. Your nervous system needs it. Your brain thrives on it. Your immune system, your hormones, your sleep, your confidence. They all depend on connection, touch, and intimacy. But here's what matters most. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming your right to feel alive. There's no perfect way, no gold standard. Whether it's self-pleasure intimacy with a partner or even gentle self-awareness, it's all valid. Start small, start slow, but don't stay silent. Don't numb yourself into thinking desire has an expiration date. You've lived enough to know this truth. Connection is healing. Touch is language. And yes, even now, even at this age, you deserve to feel good in your skin. So if you've been waiting for a sign to take your body back, this is it. You're not broken. You're not too old. You're not alone. And if this message spoke to something deep inside you, if it made you feel seen, then do one thing right now. Leave a comment below. Type 1 if you're ready to take back your health and your joy. Type 0 if you're still unsure but willing to listen more. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're building a community where age doesn't mean silence. It means wisdom, courage, and freedom. You have more power than you think. Now go use it. So here's the truth. Your health isn't just about numbers on a chart or pills in a bottle. It's about listening to your body, responding with care, and never letting age define your worth, your desires, or your joy. You have the power to reclaim every part of yourself, your energy, your strength, your peace of mind, and yes, even your pleasure. The science is clear. Your body is still capable of change, of healing, of reconnecting. But you have to take that first step. And sometimes the first step is simply believing that you're worth the effort, that it's not too late, that this chapter of life can be just as vibrant as any before it. If this message moved you, or if it sparked even the tiniest shift inside, then don't keep it to yourself. Tap the like button. Share this video with someone you care about. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because around here, we speak truths no one else will. Now I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Type yes if you're ready to take back your health and your freedom. Type still thinking if you need more time, but you're open. Either way, your voice matters. Your future matters. And I'll be right here walking with you.